Today's train wreck of the week, this is actually the segment of the show where we talk about somebody came into the office with a financial train wreck. They owed the IRS a bunch of money and they had no idea how they were going to solve it. In many cases, they are the type of person who comes in and they're sitting in my lobby and they're just, they're biting their fingernails. They're really nervous and they don't know what to do. And usually we get together with them and we help them get it worked out. In this particular case, it was a nice couple that had actually seen some of my videos on YouTube probably, and then ended up on my website and decided that they, since they lived in this rural area of North Carolina, frankly, up in the Appalachian Mountains, they didn't have a lot of options locally. And so they contacted me. They owed $56,873. They both have regular type jobs. They're not earning a whole lot of money. And what we did for them is we decided to go ahead and file an offer and compromise. An offer and compromise is that program that we talk about a lot on the show where you can make a deal to settle for less with the IRS. And it's based upon relatively simple math. I'm going to go over it real quick. The way that the amount of the offer is calculated is by taking monthly disposable income multiplied by 12 plus the value of the assets, and that equals the amount of the offer. In this particular case, we were able to identify that they had very limited assets and they had basically had negative monthly disposable income. And so we offered, I think, about $500, knowing that the IRS was probably going to come back with a higher number, and that's okay with us. But we wanted to start the negotiation at around $500. And so we filed that offer in November of 2015, and it was about 6 months before the IRS contacted us and started discussions and negotiations and whatnot. They asked us for some additional documentation, and it came back they had $6,064 in assets. I think it was an extra car. It was a car that they had that was worth around that much. So the offer went from $500 or so to $6,064. The coolest thing is most of the time we talk about cash offers. Those are offers that are going to be paid within 5 months of acceptance of the offer. In this particular case, because all of that $6,064 was based upon the value of the assets, we were able to get them into what's called a short-term deferred offer. They're going to make those payments, that $6,064, they're going to make those payments over 24 months. That's $253 for 24 months with no interest and penalties.